Last night I saw the speech of our PM and his decision of the lockdown.
आज रात 12 बजे से संपूर्ण देश में संपूर्ण लॉकडाउन होने जा रहा है.
Was something very interesting for me because the way I go about making a decision in poker is very similar to how he went about making his decision. All I'm trying to say is that the skill sets needed to play poker is basically required in day-to-day life as well. It's all about decision making, and that's why I believe that every person has a skill set of poker player at some level. It's just about developing them. What's up, guys? Abhishek Goindi here. I often get asked this question, is poker gambling or poker skill? And every time I explain the story that poker skill, the other person always has a doubt and says, no, but I think it's gamble. Or the other person just starts talking to me about blackjack stories or their Vegas stories or roulette stories. They associate all the other games with poker just because it's played with cards. But no, for me, poker is skill. Last night, I saw the speech of our PM and his decision of the lockdown was something very interesting for me because the way I go about making a decision in poker is very similar to how he went about making his decision. He took into consideration all the factors: the healthcare system, population, the daily wage earners, the spread of the virus, how we can basically control the whole situation, and what the optimal solution was, or the only solution in this case was social distancing. Because he realized the impact and how things could spread and how it could be fatal, and how the solution for this particular decision was a lockdown for 21 days. You know, one of the things he mentioned was about how these 21 days are so crucial for us, and how if we don't take care in these 21 days, we're going to be thrown back about 21 years.
कोरोना वायरस की संक्रमण साइकिल तोड़ने के लिए कम से कम 21 दिन का समय बहुत अहम है. अगर ये 21 दिन नहीं संभले तो देश 21 साल पीछे चला जाए.
That kind of related to a story that I had. If you don't manage your bankroll in poker well, it can set you back a few years. And it's about the long run, not the short run. You know, like poker as well is about the long run, just like life. So you might be in a game wherein you invest a portion of your bankroll and then you just keep chasing your losses, and then eventually you're broke. Then it's going to set you back a few years, because by the time you get back a bankroll and by the time you reach the stakes you were playing at, it can take quite some time.
ये एक तरह से कर्फ्यू ही है. जनता कर्फ्यू से भी कुछ कदम आगे की बात. जनता कर्फ्यू से जरा ज्यादा सख्त.
What excited me was the fact that he tested it out first with the Janta curfew. It was the right strategy and it worked, and he just went on with a 3-week lockdown. WHO mentioned how the virus could spread if social distancing wasn't practiced. Right? Similarly in poker, you know, you take an informed decision based on what your opponent does, or certain other variables like position or stack size or range advantage or dynamics or impact. You know, and then you take an optimal decision whether you want to check, bet, fold, or call according to the situation. So I see battles everywhere. All I'm trying to say is that the skill sets needed to play poker is basically required in day-to-day life as well. It's all about decision making, critical analysis, just staying calm, being disciplined, and just patience. Patience is so important. It's such an underrated skill. Sometimes you're not dealt a hand for hours, and you just have to sit there and fold and wait for your chance to come and not get agitated, not get restless, just be calm in the moment. You just got to be patient and just trust the process and keep waiting. And you got to be disciplined because you got to play every hand correctly and you got to make every move correctly. The other thing I noticed was how he basically showed the little postcard about Corona.
कोरोना यानी कोई रोड पर ना निकले.
He knew exactly how to connect with his audience and paint the picture correctly. He knew people would relate to it. And the other interesting thing was about the Lakshman Rekha. I think that connected with the audience too.
आपके घर के दरवाजे पर एक लक्ष्मण रेखा खींच दी. आपको ये याद रखना है कि घर से बाहर पड़ने वाला आपका सिर्फ एक कदम कोरोना जैसी गंभीर महामारी को आपके घर में ले आ सकता है.
There's another set of audience which I think might not be as religious or as cultural, and for them there were a bunch of graphs and a bunch of flattening the graph and that kind of approach that was basically taken, you know, wherein you could actually showcase numbers and you could showcase the graphs and or talk to them with a different approach. And that's what player profiling in poker is as well. Certain players, certain strategies will work. Against certain players, certain strategies will not work. So you really have to figure out what kind of strategy to use against a particular player. And I see this in everyday life too, you know. And that's why I believe that every person has a skill set of poker player at some level. It's just about developing them. It's just about realizing them. And it's just about coming out. When I wanted to do this video, I was trying to think of how to go about it. And a lot of people told me, don't do it because it's a sensitive topic. And for me, I understand it's a sensitive topic. I'm in lockdown as well. I'm sitting at home. doing the same thing and just trying to utilize my time in a better way and stay positive. I was just trying to tell people that, listen, man, I'm not taking sides. I'm not trying to be political. I'm not political at all. But I'm just drawing analogies because I've been telling people for years about how it's a game of skill and how it's about taking an informed decision. The reason I brought this up and I'm trying to bring an analogy is just to show you on the table and show you that in life, people just make decisions based on information.